All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to it, man.
Well, first of all, let me say salute to the panel, salute to Philosophical. I know we had our differences in the past, but
Yes, we did.
I
And now I'm
respect the
gonna say
fact.
this. I'm gonna say this before.
All right, y'all. I ain't gonna do too much talking. I'm gonna let them go ahead and get into it. But just a little backstory. Anton Daniels used to be part of a panel on a platform called Lapeef. A lot of you guys are familiar with Lapeef. Well, back in the day, Anton Daniels used to be on Lapeef, right? When Anton Daniels was one of the people that, got it to where it was. Well, on the tail end of his run with Lapeef, Anton had an encounter with Philosophical. Philosophical came up here because the two, Anton has his beliefs, which most of you, if you're familiar with him, and Philosophical has his beliefs. If you've been seeing him recently, then you should know. But yeah, he was on there back then. This was like 3-4 years ago almost. And dang, time flies. But either way, here it goes. The two of these people have history, so that's why seeing them on here is interesting. And no, I didn't have to do no deep dive homework. I've been watching YouTube a long time.
Before we get started, my issue with you, bro, is not success. It's not the fact that you have subscribers. Get your money. My issue is you come off as someone who's trying to talk to black men, but at the same time, or talk to black people or respond to black culture, but at the same time, you shit on black culture, but you still try to carry the aesthetic that you know that's going to attract the same demographic that you're really trying to reprimand. If that's how it come off to me. Like I heard, like when we was on the panel, the thing that stood out to me the most, beside this, because I reached out to you after that, but you never responded. So
No, I don't remember you reaching out to me afterwards.
I did. I sent you an email and you never responded. And I said,
Well,
"Yo, we
I
could
get
do."
thousands of emails every
I
single day.
bet, but I'm not putting you on the spot. But you responded to the first one, but you never responded to the second one because he was like, "Yo, we could talk, we could work it out." And I said, "Yo, but I want to have a conversation first." And I never got a response. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm saying this: when you get on these shows, the main thing that stood out to me that day when I called up on your show, you said, "Fuck Malcolm X, bro." And nobody, and it wasn't even about. I was of course offended that you said that, but my issue is nobody else was. And I think that you saying stuff like that and people not responding and having no smoke, and all they could see is the fact that I cut this man off, but they had no smoke or no issues for you saying that, to me was bothering me. And to me, I'm seeing a trend of people just feeling like just shitting on black people all together is something we need to do. Like we can call out the bad elements without throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Because you say fuck black culture, you say that, but then when you go live, you got black culture aesthetics all around you, bro. Like you got the Chronic behind you. That's a black street nigga album, for lack of a better term. You got this one, you got that one. So it's like you're trying to appeal to the aesthetic of black people, but then at the same time you want to smack them down. It's like I think you're sending mixed messages, and I feel like somebody that has your influence can do better than that. But that's my opinion, and that's what I want to talk about today. But the floor is yours. You can respond.
Well, first,
I think that's interesting because okay, so mm, okay, so I'll let Anton do that. I think that I think that that's interesting because Anton doesn't really crap on black people, just from my observations. That's just like I said, it's just from my observations. He's hard on the culture. And as somebody who I'm also very critical of black culture, so I mean, maybe it's just because I actually do understand where he's coming from, but I don't think I think there's a difference in I think that people don't know how to separate the culture from the people. So it's like just because I don't like what people celebrate and champion as in modern black culture means that I have to hate hip hop, or it means that I don't have to have an appreciation or respect for certain things that black people come up with, or shop black or I participate or employ black people in Anton's case. I mean, that's just my opinion.
First of all, I wanted to say respect to the platform, and the reason that I'm coming up here is because I support all creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not, right? So I could disagree with you, but it doesn't mean that I don't want you to win, right? So let me start there by saying respect to the platform, and that's why I'm here. The second thing is, to answer you directly, I do think that you need to throw the culture away, because what I define as the culture, because I think it's a difference between black people and black culture, right? What we push as black culture is the things that we celebrate the most. And definitively, most of the time, that is the worst things for us. We pedestalize, we celebrate it, we don't want to call it out, but then when somebody finally says something about it, then they become the big bad wolf. And so I don't celebrate the majority of what we as a culture like to champion is best for us. It has destroyed our households, it has destroyed our communities, and it's 10 times worse than it's ever been at any point in history. So I stand on that. I haven't changed up on that at all. I think
I agree with that too.
I believe that it needs to be a completely different culture, right? We celebrate jail culture, and then we down people that actually go to school every day, and we call them lames.
But Anton,
we push the worst things for ourselves, but then at the same time, you know how many people wanted to see me lose at Corey's platform? You know how many people wanted to see me lose?
well, why, Anton? Why they want to see you lose?
Because I represent something that they are not used to seeing winning.
But that's not true, Anton. That's
It's
not why
very
everybody.
true.
That's
True.
maybe by some of them do it, but
No,
everybody
that's why
didn't want to see you
most
lose
people
because
do
of that, bro.
That's why most people do it. If I was up here talking about something,
I can't say whether that's what most people think. I think that there are people that think that for sure. They want to see Anton lose because they feel like he's a weirdo, or they think that he's weird because of his opinions or his beliefs or because of things that he stands behind. And because of that, they don't want to see him win. I heard the Joe Budden podcast, and you know what I mean? Before they even said anything, they were saying that when they heard that him and Corey was gonna fight, they said that they wanted him to get beat up. You know what I mean? They wanted him to get beat up. I think that what Anton's saying is a valid critique, and you can hear the clip. I mean, that's what they said. So I mean, and I'm not saying the Joe Budden podcast speaks for everybody, because I mean they gave a pretty, I'm not gonna say, you know what I mean, they were in favor of Anton, but I'm gonna just say that they didn't give like a completely unbiased or unrealistic take of what happened. And the point is that I think that there are people that think like that. Do I think that those are all the people that wanted him to lose? No, I think there are some people that just don't like him because he got money, because he talk his stuff, and because they just want to see him lose in any way, shape, or form. And I know that for a fact because I see it all the time. People just want to see Anton lose. They literally just want to see him lose. They talk crap about Rita. Rita ain't done nothing to nobody. Rita ain't done nothing to nobody, and she's always look at it. The minute Anton is trying to build his brand, put other people on, you know what I'm saying, do all that kind of stuff, and then they Mika catching strays, all that kind of stuff, her beautiful self, but all that kind of stuff. I mean, people just don't like Anton, and they don't like him because he represents something that, by definition, the current black culture does not want to see win, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
some of the worst stuff ever, like we always do in our culture, I would be cool.
Anton, this is why I gotta disagree.
But because I stand 10 toes
I don't
down
think you
on
know
what
what
I
culture
stand
is.
on,
This is why I'm
because
gonna
of what I
disagree with
stand
you,
on 10
Anton,
toes down
because
on what
I go through the
stand on.
same thing. I go through the same thing. Everybody in this space, I just got into it with Fatty because he was saying, you need to leave this space because you want to be righteous and all that. Because I be on panels talking about real shit. I be having interviews talking about stuff that's not messy. And I don't get that support when I do that. So I don't do that.
Well,
I
then that
literally
means
was laughed at by people
how
in
to
this
market
space.
yourself better.
You're not wrong. You're late. Most traders struggle because their tools show them what already happened.
You need to learn how to market yourself better. That has nothing to do with.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm not even talking about, bro. I ain't even talking about numbers. I'm just talking about people rather see arguments than information. Now, if you want to say,
That's
hey, it's a
numbers,
better
though,
way to
bro.
prevent your information, I'm always open to a suggestion. But what I'm saying is I've been on panels with just all men, bro, and they laughed at me because I said things like, they said, what's your solution, Illa? I said, I think the children is the solution. I think the children is a viable solution because we can't fix old dogs, but we can re-engineer and
I agree
reteach.
with that.
But this is the thing. This space laughed at me. I was on panels with
Yeah,
dudes and I was bringing out books about history, about
But
culture,
the
and
difference
niggas really
between
mad.
you and me is that I don't give a fuck about what people think about me.
No, I'm just giving you an example of how the gripe that you're, I don't give a fuck me. That's why I do what I do. But
No,
I'm
well,
just
you
giving you an
started
example
off
of
by
that gripe
saying
that you have. I have that gripe as well. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to still speak to these people with love. Like it's still some love and empathy in me trying to relate to people because everybody is not what we see on the computer. Everybody's not what we see on the street. These people still got children, aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews.
And
So
some
I don't want to
people's
speak a
lineage
message that just, go ahead.
some people's lineage needs to die off. I don't need to support and
Hey, Umar Johnson said the same thing. He pro-black. If anybody remember that, go look it up. Umar Johnson said some of these YNs, some of these young black boys need to be put to sleep for good.
rock out with people just because you black. There's some people that are so degenerate and so bad for what it is that we stand for. And let's be clear, we're the only culture that forces all of us to support all of the bullshit, regardless of what everybody does. All white people don't fuck with white people. Asian people don't fuck with Asian people. They outcast them to certain cities. If you go over to Japan, if you go over to Tokyo, they got whole cities that's dedicated to motherfuckers that can't come outside, based off of the fact that they're not contributing to the culture and they're degenerate. But we're the only culture that we have to support at all just because I'm black. No, I don't.
No, I don't think we need to support all the bullshit. But we still have to give freedom.
But let me just say this. I think that what you said, as far as ruling in love, I don't believe in that. I believe that sometimes you have to completely go in to destroy all of it. And I don't feel as though I have to make it right with people that have lived their whole lives to be destroyers. Some people are not good people for people, and I believe that I can destroy it all. I think when I go into a place, I'm not looking to be friends with these niggas. I don't need to have a conversation with everybody to make it cool. And let me be very clear. When me and Corey, because a lot of people say I came in with an agenda.
I thought you did.
Corey called me and set the pace of what the agenda was going to be before I got there. I knew it was going to be smoke because he already told me that it was going to be smoke and he had smoke for me. I knew he was going to disrespect me before he disrespected me because he had already led on. He didn't say directly, I'm going to disrespect you. He said, I got smoke for you and it's not going to, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be one of them cool shows. So what do you think I'm going to do? You think I'm going to go in there like a deer in headlights?
I don't think he really knew.
I'm asking a question.
I don't think he did.
Because
No,
everybody
if
keeps
that's
saying,
the case,
they
no.
make a big deal. They make a
If
big
that's the
deal when I
case,
say
no.
that I prepared and I studied for him. I think that the real travesty is that he wasn't prepared, but yet he invited me to his studio. I flew from Detroit to LA. And so you think that I'm supposed to be the B-side. I'm supposed to be the one that's going to lose. I wasn't prepared to lose.
And prior to you coming on the show, I kind of alluded to that. Because quite frankly, like I told the brothers here, y'all both won because y'all basically have us talking about it. And the internet space, that is exactly what it's designed for, is to have people talk. Whether they're talking negative or positive does not matter. The point is,
I mean, he right. I mean, if Corey really, I don't know what that man thinking about that. That man could be, at home punching air for all I know. But if he really looking at it the way, I mean, ain't neither one of them had to put no hands on each other, man. At the end of the day, you really can look at it as a win for both of them if we're really being honest. He right.
We're sitting here talking about it. So I commend y'all both on that. But to my point that I made prior to that, neither one of y'all was sitting there y'all both were doing the same thing. When you pointed out the fact that
I met his energy, bro. I never got disrespectful until I got
Hey,
disrespectful.
you ain't being honest. You came in, hey, Anton, you came in being condescending, bro.
What did I say? Wait. What did I say that was condescending?
You said
You came in to allude to his chat. You came in to allude to how tough his chat was, and that they not tough. That's condescending.
Because the whole chat, if you go back and watch the live, the whole chat was saying, "Oh, he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay."
But you just said you don't care what people say. You just said you don't care what people.
That's called moving the goalposts, bro. What? Just because you address something don't mean that you actually care. He just addressed it. Like, what are we talking about here? First of all, number two, what did he say to Corey? What did he say to Corey that was condescending?
Hey, bro.
The first thing that Anton said was
that I
he was on
coming
time
in and being disrespectful because I talked to the chat.
I said condescending. That's what I said.
Yeah, but again, bro, this is the content creator part of it, bro.
Fantastic.
You can't say all fantastic. Let me say this.
I do every single day.
What is that?
On every single live stream, on my own live streams, is I talk shit to the chat. I talk shit to my own chat.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Every single day. That is not new.
Let's get off the chat. Let's get off the chat.
I want to know.
One at a time, y'all. Anton here, so let's let him talk.
The first thing that Anton said was he was on time.
Disrespectful to him.
How's that disrespectful?
Prior to being told that I kissed white man's ass.
Not disrespectful. It was condescending. The on-time statement, the very first statement that Anton made was
I got invited to a show.
And he was late.
Wait. I got invited to a show. I flew 4.5 fucking hours from Detroit.
So what?
Wait, give me a second.
Okay, you're right.
I flew 4 hours from Detroit. I'm there on time. I gotta wait more than a half hour for you to even arrive. That's disrespectful in itself.
Yeah, on business.
Never is really in the chat. Never is really in the chat. Oh man. I know that him and Anton, I know that they wasn't on good terms last time I saw. That's crazy work. Oh man. But I miss that old Lapeef crew, man. They used to be the days.
And everything. That's what I'm saying. How you gonna say whatever?
You could discuss that off camera though.
Exactly.
You could discuss that before the show started, bro. You could discuss that before the show started. If it's that big of a deal, bro, you could discuss that before the
How they gonna discuss it when the show started when he showed up late? I'm just saying.
In fairness, hold on.
Hey, when Illa talking, man, y'all gotta shut the hell up. When Illa talking, y'all gotta shut the fuck up, bro.
All right,
fellas.
Why do you think that he was complaining about the conversation that I had with Darlene for a long time before he even got there? You know why I was able to do that? Is because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was late.
The reason why I was able to have so much conversation and get toured on the whole facility and find out who owned it and learn all about what it is that's going on and see how his production team worked and kick it with Darlene and get every single piece of information is because he wasn't there. That's not my fault. That's the you fault.
So what are you trying to expose by doing that?
No,
What the heck, man? This is why I don't argue with ninjas, man. What, bro? Like, what? What do you mean? You brought it up. Why? Why does it matter that he's being late? He's telling you why. It's obvious, bro. Y'all, if you are the person that's going to be orchestrating something, you could at least be there on time, not early. If Anton showed up there early, out of town, come on, man. I'm not the most punctual person in the world, but I understand what he's saying. Come on, it's not rocket science, man.
I said, what did I do that was disrespectful prior to being told?
Before we got to the disrespectful part, we asked about the condescending. The first thing that they said was the chat. But hold on, Anton. The condescending thing you did, the very first thing you said was condescending, which was I was on time, which was something you could have discussed afterwards. But you came there with the identity that you were gonna win something.
That's unfair.
Listen. So
he told me.
He already explained what he was trying to do.
He told me on the phone he wanted this to be an explosive volatile, and he wanted this to be emotional. He told me, listen, this is the honest to God truth on my
Can you prove that?
No, listen to what
let him talk. Let him talk, y'all. Let him
you
talk.
don't have to prove it.
No,
You
you're
can
right,
ask
right,
him.
Anton.
Listen to what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
One of the things that he told me when I first got on the call is, I hope you don't record phone calls. I said, why? I said, what is that? I said, I don't record no phone calls. I said, you ain't never seen me drop no receipts on nobody phone calls. He said, because, I want to set the stage of how things is going to go. First thing he started to do is he started to talk about all of the niggas that he didn't like. I'm not going to say that out loud because that ain't got nothing to do.
That ain't important.
The second thing that he said was what he wanted the show to be like. He knew it was going to be volatile. He knew it was going to be problems. He didn't want me to agree with him. And he wanted it to actually be some real fireworks in there.
Okay. That's
so
fine.
Let me talk.
Okay. If you set the stage for how you want it to go, it's your show, it's your studio, it's your production team. You say you want me to be there. I got the text messages from Phil of exactly the time that I had to be there. I'm sitting there waiting, all of this stuff. Why are y'all making so many excuses for a grown man not being able to meet the expectation?
Exactly. Let me ask this question. Oh, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question.
Monster, let me jump in real quick. I'm gonna say this.
Good at.
Because I don't want to be petty because we can get to the meat of the shit. If that's the case, out of fairness, I'm not. Nobody can say I'm unfair. We already know our history is well documented. If Corey was late and he told you on the phone, you just saying I was on time is minor, in my opinion. In that instance, that's small. We could just move on. That's what happened behind the scenes, and all you said was you was late. I think that's like it's null and void at that point. That aspect, but it's a lot to unpack in this conversation.
It's a lot.
I have a question. I have a question.
Hey, wait. Here's the real question, because see, y'all only talk about how I responded. What did I do to warrant a nigga saying to me that I kissed white man's ass?
There we go. There we go. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
You kept avoiding it. Hold on. Let me make this statement.
Go ahead, Boss.
I got a statement to make because I got to.
This is where a lot of people, this is where a lot of that street hypocriticalness come in. A lot of these dudes with their fake hood politics and all that stuff come in. I want to know too.
I got to run in a little bit, but when I first got on, I specifically said you can't police someone's response to disrespect. I said that. So whatever someone says or does.
I'm a superstar manager and my teams are killing it. With OptiSigns, I can keep my...
That triggers you in a way that's disrespectful. They don't have a right to determine how you respond to their disrespect. But,
I agree.
But what I wanted to say though, my question for you, Anton, is this. You spoke about how certain aspects of Black culture is toxic, how it needs to die, and I understand
the majority of what it is yes.
For sure. And you don't really care about, what people think, so on and so forth. However, I must say, do you think the display that you both had is a good image and positive and beneficial to the image of Black men based on what's already said about the levels of ignorance or toxicity that people say we display? Wouldn't that be a part of the negative elements of Black culture that you are against?
No, absolutely not.
Could you explain?
It's because I believe that people need to understand that intellect and the nerd, because I champion myself as being a nerd, that it's cooler to be the nerd than it is to be the guy that he is.
Okay, so what about
the message that people received is that the bully get bullied when they don't have themselves ready and prepared intellectually, and it shows that the leaders and the people that we follow is trash. And so I don't give a fuck about what other people think about me. As far as like outsiders, what people will say is the image of Black people. The only thing I care about is how am I affecting other people as far as changing the narrative of what we should be and how we should be as far as what we champion is the best thing for the culture. That's the only thing I care about. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks.
So do you think that was a good display? Do you think that was a good display of what Black culture should be? Two Black men Mandingo fighting, using profanity against each other, cursing each other out. You know, do you think that was a good display of what Black masculinity should be, as opposed to, because to me it seemed like that's the same thing. That's already. Hold on, let me finish. Let me just. But what was intellectual about that? Because to me the display was very similar to what we see on Zeus Network or any other Black media-based show, in terms of the dialogue being toxic, disrespectful to one another. Because my position is that you both took L's in that regard. You know, I understand you had an agenda, he had an agenda, but to me, it just wasn't a good look. I understand you don't care, but not caring still doesn't speak to the fact of what needs to change in Black culture as far as the nonsense and the toxicity. And I
think comparing that to Zeus Network is a little extreme, buddy. I mean, it's not that bad. And I think, look, I mean, I don't want to see nobody get in a fight, but I do think that kind of stuff does kind of gotta happen, because a lot of these dudes, I mean, yeah, a lot of these dudes be like fake tough and all that kind of stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't got no love for these pookies out here. So anybody that runs with that pookie mentality and supports that pookie behavior, I'm not gonna say I wish on your downfall, but when that illusion of your little teardrop of reality crumbles, I don't have no sympathy for it. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. I mean, Corey, I said it before. Corey Holcomb was just what that was just that typical street dude mentality. But the problem is he's a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite, because if you tell me that I kiss a man's ass, I'm just gonna be honest. If you tell me I kiss a man's ass, that's disrespectful. So you can't disrespect me and then try to punk me just because I disrespected you back. You shouldn't have disrespected me. So I get what Anton's saying. It's not the same thing. I don't think so. I think that was like just some man-to-man stuff that just needed to happen on camera, unfortunately.
I think that was a further display of that.
I think you need to go back and study the tape.
But even more importantly,
what I took from it is it was intellectual until it wasn't. It was a conversation until one person couldn't substantiate their argument, and then they started to throw insults. But see, what I believe is also about the whole situation is that this isn't a Black thing. This isn't just a white thing. This isn't anything. This is a man thing. And when somebody call you an insult, I don't think it's a bad thing to stand up for yourself. When somebody say, hey, move out the way, and they pull up their chair like they're going to do something, I don't think it's a bad thing for you to stand up for yourself. So I met energy. It was an intellectual conversation until it wasn't. And when somebody got frustrated, they called you out your name. And instead of me saying, well, you know what? I'm going to turn the other cheek, I decided not to.
Hold on.
I ain't said shit the whole time.
I just want to respond.
We got to do one at a time, y'all.
He was talking to me, though.
Yo, we got it, fellas.
Okay.
We got to do one at a time. He's here. We ain't got a trip. He showed up. To my surprise, because I thought this was way too small for you, but you pulled up. So respect. So let's talk. Respect.
Don't say that now. Don't say that now, because I'm finna start streaming. Don't say that now, Anton, because I could use a little stimmy pen. I'm just playing.
We're not trying to have a Corey versus Anton part 2 or Illa versus Anton part 2. We just talking about what we agree with and we don't, but we gotta
come on, bro. Be cool, man. It is a good conversation. Look, I saw the original. This is a good conversation.
In our proper body and go one at a time. So the floor is going to go to Picasso and then Fantastic. All right.
I only got like a half hour because I got to get ready.
No, you ain't. I got you.
Like, all right, cool.
Okay, so you just said you came in and you matched energy. I want to challenge you. You didn't match the final energy. I believe you saved yourself through optics by looking like you matched energy.
How do you know?
Because you didn't say it again.
I said it 3 times.
No, when he was in your face.
You want me to put a pen on my shoulder and say,
hold on, Anton. This is the part that everybody missed. When he got in your face, he took time. He said, "Do you want to go there?" I don't know all the verbatim, right? But when he put that mic down, he said, "Say it again." Since you wanted to since you wanted to provoke that level of energy, you should have said it again since you wanted to match that energy. Going outside is not matching that energy.
No. This is what I'm talking about. Because if you don't actually know what happened well enough, and we know that because we sat there and we broke it down from the whole hour to the whole, from the Rudy to the Tootie. So no. That's not how that happened. That's not how that happened. and that is going off the premise that Anton was the one that was posturing, trying to fight. That's not how that happened. Anton said, "Let's go outside," because Corey was acting like he wanted to fight. So he said, "If you want to fight, well, screw it then. Let's go outside and fight." That's not the same thing as, "Oh, I want to fight this dude because he disrespected me." No, Anton got disrespected. He responded with disrespect. Corey was acting tough. He was posturing like he wanted to fight. Finally, Anton said, "Well, if you want to fight, let's go outside." If Corey felt that disrespected to where he was acting like he wanted to fight, it shouldn't have mattered whether Anton had to say it again, especially when he said, "Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do." The whole "say it again," by your logic, I mean, come on. Let's just be real. Let's just analyze this. By your logic, then Corey saying "say it again" is a cop-out. Because if he was really that really disrespected, then it shouldn't even been no talking at that point. So your whole argument falls apart, brother. Just being real.
Saying it again is matching that energy, Anton, and that's what real men do.
Listen, bro.
If a man, hold on. Anton, let me finish my part. Because you only got 30 minutes. You only got 30 minutes. Look, if somebody comes to you in your face and said, "Hey, you said some shit from over there, but I'm in your face, and I don't want to tear my shit up, and I don't want to derail my brand." No. But guess what? A man gives another man a chance to pop some shit off if he really want to, because sucking the dick of black people is popping some shit off. But he came to
but telling them that you kissing the ass of white man isn't popping it off. Like, come on, bro.
To your face, and he said, "Say it again, brother. Say it again."
So you gonna give me a chance to respond, or you just want to get it out?
Bro. You ain't
just matching energy until he wasn't.
Hey, fantastic. Chill out. Go ahead, Anton.
You telling me to chill out, nigga? I'm the only one that ain't
Hold on. Chill out. We ain't gotta argue. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm from. It may be a little bit different than where you from. Where I'm from, we don't have to go up to a person and say, we don't need nobody to put a battery in our back to do whatever it is that we feel. If we feel disrespected, we disrespected. So it's either you're going to do something or you don't. Here's the key. I'm not there to fight. I'm not there to be a tough guy.
But you were. You provoked something.
You gonna let me finish?
Yeah, let him talk.
That stuff is irritating. That is irritating. Look at Fantastic. But that's irritating, bro. Shut up. It's like, goodness gracious.
Let me finish. I'm not there to be the tough guy. I'm also not there to fuck up your platform. Because the one thing that we know for sure, and the two things is for certain, is YouTube do not fuck around when people fight. Okay. They don't fuck around with porn, and they don't fuck around with fighting. They will
facts
demonetize you, they will remove you, and your platform will be completely gone. That's just a fact.
Absolute best case scenario, you're gonna get a limited. Absolute best case scenario. Yeah, they don't play about that.
So what I told him is that, listen, I'm gonna respect your platform. That's what I said, word for word. I said, I'm gonna respect your platform. In the midst of all, when he said it again, I said, nah, listen, I said, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You ain't tough. I don't think you're gonna do nothing, but I'm gonna respect your platform. That's what I said out of my mouth verbatim. Okay, and I said, cool. All right, listen. The minute
y'all let Fantastic get in it, he ain't gonna be here that long.
Listen, go and watch the tape. The minute that he put the microphone down, I said, because apparently to me, that means it ain't no more talking. All right, well, we can go outside with this shit.
Oh, man, come on.
That's exactly.
Let him speak his speech. Fantastic jump in there, and then I want to talk to you before you leave.
Let me go out to Fantastic. Yeah, bro. Come on, bro.
You're right.
So,
Fantastic, go ahead.
Yeah, so first and foremost, y'all are only assessing this in the moment. This is Corey's brand, okay? Corey disrespects black people all the time, specifically black people 99% of the time, okay? So if and when he goes there and Anton's giving you some behind-the-scenes shit where he said, hey, bro, hey, it's going to be smoke, it's going to be whatever. And again, he's going there with content. It's not Anton. We already said this. Anton is away. He don't have no home court advantage. He's in the belly of the beast. He's in the fucking lion's den. And then you start saying some wild shit. The whole point of Corey, y'all saying Corey won or he and what? No, Corey didn't win anything. Corey's whole point was to punk Anton from jump. All right, he's the pudgy internet nigga. It's not tough, so he gonna say some shit. I'm gonna take it there because I know I can't defeat him intellectually. Y'all keep talking about the intellect or lack the intellect. He missed what Anton said several times just from the political thing. He said, hey man, local elections. He kept talking about national. Corey doesn't even have a fundamental understanding of politics, bro. So again, this is where Anton is right in the point of where the comedians and the athletes and the people that don't know shit about the shit niggas need to care about are the people that speak for and represent everybody, bro. Okay.
Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question?
Let me do this real quick, bro. Because like I said, I ain't saying shit. Everybody else got this shit in. Now, Anton, the provoking part, right? Cool, fine. Where I'm from, Anton, where most niggas from, niggas don't get in your face like that. Okay, you again, where the man shit, we gonna talk about man shit. You should have never allowed yourself to be in a position where a man is standing over you, domineering over you, sit down in front of you, and then wave his hands and do all this fucking Tony Yayo shit or whatever. Now, I think you did fucking do the best thing once the opportunity presented itself to create space and distance and get up and whatnot, what have you. But at the end of the day, neither one of y'all wanted to fight, bro. You didn't want to fight. Corey's fucking 58 years old. You're not trying to fight. And again, at the end of
yeah, I mean, Fantastic is right, but I'm not like that's what I'm saying. Like that Picasso dude is like nodding his head, like him saying that Anton don't want to fight is like an insult or anything like that. If Anton wanted to fight, he would have fought. They wasn't there for that. I mean, he said it himself. They there to make content.
Today, it worked out.
I ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's one of the things where I'm hesitant about doing live in-panel stuff is because a lot of people cannot control their emotions and stuff like that. And it gets heated. And if people can get heated on the internet, they can get heated in real life. And if people don't got control and all that kind of stuff, it will easily end up where you will be on World Star and it'll be a fight. And guess what? When you trying to get the bag and when you trying to get the, yeah, you might be down for the kerfuffle, but might not be there for that. I'm just saying, man. That's not like something to be like where there's like an insult or something that's like, oh, a gotcha moment. That's not a gotcha moment. Some niggas trying to work.
For the best part for you because you're the full-time content creator.
Exactly.
Corey does a fucking podcast one time a week.
Exactly.
In life, in every situation.
Oh, here we go.
What do you mean here? What are you talking about, bro?
Just finish. Just finish.
Go ahead,
brother.
Because I can sense when people already is a fan of maybe Corey Holcomb or they're unable to make an objective assessment, right?
True.
And that's when they start to reply before I even say what I'm gonna say. You got to let me finish, right? In life, in no fight that I've ever had in my entire life, elementary school, middle school, high school, brothers, nephews, uncles, I've never wanted to fight. I don't know many people that want to get into a confrontation just off a GP. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do what I got to do if I got to do it. That's the whole point. Everybody keeps saying, man, you didn't want to scrap. I know, nigga. I came up there for a conversation. Of course, I didn't want to scrap. That wasn't the goal.
So can I ask the question real quick?
Hold on.
Let's be clear.
Let me respond.
And to piggyback off of that, because look, Anton didn't threaten Corey Holcomb because Corey Holcomb told him to kiss it because he told me he kissed the white man's ass. Corey Holcomb threatened Anton. Anton was 100% defending himself. That was defense. You can't sit there and try to hold him to some standard when Anton, like, come on, bro. Watch the clip.
That's crazy. So this is, like I said, and this is my problem. This is my issue.
It wasn't even, listen. It wasn't even about winning or losing.
Absolutely not. I agree.
It's not about winning or losing. I didn't lost. I didn't won. It's not about winning or losing. It's about, listen, if you really about that life, because I never asked to switch chairs. I never went up to him and got in his face. If this is what you about, then let's really find out.
You was talking greasy to a chick.
The thing that niggas ain't having a conversation about is when I stood up, he sat down.
Yeah, but he said, get your bitch ass out of here. You and your bitch. Like, I don't even want to keep talking about that part.
That's the end. That's the way.
Yeah, that's the end. But I'm saying, he said in your face, but this is my issue, Anton. This is
my issue. Run.
My issue, my point is this. It's a way to do.
Who said I stood up to run? Who said
I did. You, the one that right next to you, you stood up to run.
Yeah. Bro, let me say
you were
this.
escaping.
I'm gonna say this.
He's an escape artist.
Right back down. Yeah. I don't believe that the overwhelming majority of you niggas that comment on this shit really would throw hands in real life.
I would. With you.
Listen.
Nobody.
It's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jesus.
I don't believe that I have never in my life.
What's that belief based on?
I had millions of people that agree with me and disagree with me. I have never seen not one of you niggas ever say
Stop
anything
talking tough, Anton.
Hold on, wait.
No,
let me say
let him rock.
You the guest. Y'all talking about me. So let me get my shit off because ain't nobody coming to hear about you.
Ooh.
I have never ran into any one of you niggas in real life and ever heard none of y'all niggas say that y'all had a problem and that y'all wanted to throw hands. So let's be clear. Stop that tough guy.
You can't run.
Everybody stop that tough guy shit, bro. Stop the tough guy shit.
Well,
you would
Anton,
never even be able to get close to me. So that's not even a conversation. Don't tell me what you would have did.
You're funny, man.
Don't tell me what you would have did. You would never do no shit in real life. We not going with that shit. Stop the wood digging.
You wouldn't say my dick in my face.
Well, I wanted to go ahead, Ella. You got it. You got it, Ella. Come on, bro. Come on.
What I'm gonna say is this.
Picasso, I got you, but that's a waste of time.
It's only a couple niggas on here that I believe would throw hands. If we gonna have a conversation and y'all want to talk about what's fruitful for the community, why are we? Because I don't even believe that people want to hear that shit. We are talking 95% of the time on what I would do if I wanted to. Y'all had an opportunity to ask me any fucking question that y'all want to. And that's how I know that the community is degenerate, that y'all don't really want a solution.
Anton, hold on, y'all. But Anton, what did I say?
Philosophical and the other guy is the only ones that brought up anything that was relevant as far as how it is that we can progress the community. Y'all are more interested in talking about who woulda, coulda, shoulda on the scrap.
No.
Hold on. With that being said, let me respond. That's my thing. Because I'm not no super tough guy, but if we was around each other when that shit happened, bro, it would have went left. But that was 3 years ago.
Probably.
That's 3 years ago.
I think that you and maybe Mr. Fantastic tops.
But when it comes, but my issue with
that's disrespectful right there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful right there. Hey, bro. You don't know nobody on
here.
Honestly,
he's great.
Let Ella rock.
This is greatness in
order for you to grow in this space. I'm talking about on some consecration shit. You got to get control of the emotions of the men that you have on your panel, bro.
That's not an emotion.
Because they don't.
Respectfully, Anton, I see a lot worse.
Didn't you run Fight Club?
Than I see on my shit, bro.
You just made a big
hold on, please, everybody, please stop talking. I'm talking to Anton right now, please. I don't have no wild ass dust ups on my show, bro. It's gonna be some
I'm
passion.
talking about you got an opportunity to clip this shit up and get a lot of views and all of that. And they want to be the main character instead of ask they questions. I'm talking purely on content. Purely on
look at him. He couldn't even say that. He like, okay. That was a good point.
some content shit.
And that's my problem, Anton. I'm not all the way into that mindset because my thing is, not saying you wrong, but my thing is, I try to have organic conversations, not just online conversations. And in real life, things get testy. In real life, sometimes I just don't let nobody get disrespected. I'm not letting nobody get called a bitch or a hoe. If you watch, I'm sure you don't watch my channel, but I don't have none of that
Listen, I watch everything, bro.
Well, you should know I don't do that. I don't have no type of
right here, right now.
You said what?
I'm talking about in this conversation right now. If it's
just ask the question.
When people come on my platform, let's say Myron, some people don't like him, some people do like him. You know what we do? We shut up and we let him talk. We extend the grace because he's the person that is going to bring all of the views because of his he's the guest on a platform that people are not willing to that haven't been used to seeing on the platform.
So you a clout chaser.
We had no idea you was going. I feel you. Right. I had no idea.
Philosophical, I'm out. I'm gonna holler at you, bro. Listen, hey, philosophical.
Stop, let him talk.
Philosophical. Hit me up.
Boy, you can't help. Boy, that's what I'm saying. You can't help, bro. You can't help these dudes, man. That's insane. That is insane. You cannot make this
platform
up.
That people are not willing to that haven't been used to seeing on the platform.
So you a clout chaser.
We had no idea you was going. I feel you. Right. I had no idea.
Philosophical, I'm out. I'm gonna holler at you, bro. Listen, hey, philosophical.
Stop, let him talk.
Philosophical. Hit me up.
I want you to
email me philosophical.
Let him talk, Sean. Let him talk.
Philosophical. Email me. We'll do a one-on-one live stream together, and I'll answer any question that you got that you want to answer. That way you can get the clips. That way you can get all of the anything that you want to get off, and we can have a conversation individually.
I respect that, and that's a bet. Don't. You gotta unblock me though.
What are you talking about? I ain't
blocked
you on
the gram, but it's all good. Just unblock
on the gram. No. Email me. I don't know who's blocked or what.
What's your email?
I don't even really run my Instagram. But email me. Just email me at AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. We'll chop it up.
AntonDaniels413@gmail.com.
Okay.
I got you. Thank you for pulling up. I'm gonna hit you up very soon.
Anton, before you go, can I just make this point?
Yeah. What's up, Sean?
You made very valid points.
Hey man, I'm just gonna say, man, this is pathetic, man. Like the very fact that those guys can sit there and listen to Anton trying to give philosophical game because Anton is doing this content, he's doing it. Anton that came through and gave a little stimmy package. Then fed, got a lot of people eating right now. And all they got to do is just not talk. Just wait. But like he said, they just want to be the main character. And that's why, boy, I tell you, man, that's why you got to be careful. That's why you got to be careful, man. That's why I don't go back and forth with these ninjas because at the end of the day, it's pointless, man. It's pointless. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. It ain't right. It ain't fair to philosophical. It ain't fair. I ain't been the biggest fan of him. I don't agree with a lot of things that he say. I'm just going to be honest with you, but it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not. That's wrong. That's dead wrong. It's messed up. It's messed up that he trying to get his platform, you know what I'm saying, he doing his thing. He hustling out here, you know what I'm saying? Being a content creator is hard. And so when you don't know, you don't know. So the only way people will know how to succeed like Anton is if Anton chooses to tell them. Otherwise, you get a bunch of people outside looking in. Examples like that, the lead attorney, when all these people, when they help you, that's the only way that you're gonna find out. Unless, man, I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. That's not cool. It's not cool because he's right. They can clip this. This could be very profitable. And these, man, I don't know. That's irritating. I ain't gonna lie. That's very irritating.
And I come from the background of the entertainment industry, and that's why I look at all of this as entertainment, and that's what
I can't do it, man. Go ahead and watch the rest of it, because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there was still some productiveness in this conversation, and it was a dope conversation. But I just need you to see. I need you to see this is what we talking about when we talking about the culture, because these guys right here, these three dudes on the bottom row and Anton are an exact example of the worst things about black people and the worst things about black culture, and that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm sorry. When we talk about proving our point, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. I mean, whew, boy, it just worked it just gave me a headache, man.